Now, for drying and curing, what are you typically aiming for drying conditions, for example, and then curing? How do you go about that?
Right. Well, I hang dry if it's a plant that's 3 feet tall or smaller. I do a whole plant. I'll take off the fan leaves, but leave all the other sort of sugar leaves on there, and do a dry trim. So first off, you want that room to be cool. You want it to be 60, 65, no more than 70 degrees temperature wise. Humidity wise, 50% is good. You're pulling a lot of water out of the plants. So if you have a ton of plants drying in a room, that's going to create a lot of humidity in that air. You might need to be pulling air out of the room in order to lower humidity somewhat. You don't want the plants to dry too fast. I like at least 7 days, some preferably even maybe 10 days before the stems actually start to snap instead of bending. To me, that's a good sign. I feel the buds, the outside of the buds, when they're sort of popcorn dry on the outside. That's when I do my second trim. I will trim off a lot of the remaining sugar leaf that's on the outside of the bud. I do a farmer trim, so I do leave some of that leaf on there just to protect the flowers. I'll do even maybe a third trim before I grind up the flower, if I'm not feeling lazy at the time. Sometimes I'll just grind it right up in there because there's lots of gland heads on that sugar leaf as well in many cases. Otherwise, I'll collect that and use that to make hash or tinctures or edibles. But that 7 to 10 days of drying in that cool, dark space, you don't want fans blowing on the branches as they're drying in the air. They'll dry too quickly in that case. But you do want some air circulation. So an oscillating fan, sort of just moving air around in the room, an exhaust fan that's pulling some of that moist air out of the room is good. And then once you've gotten to that popcorn dry, stem snapping stage between about day 7 to 10 or so of that drying process, that's when I do that secondary trim. Then I cut those individual buds off those longer branches and put those buds into jars, sealed glass jars. And what's interesting is when you put them in the jar, they feel very dry. And you go back a couple hours later, you open up that jar, and they feel wet again. That's that inner moisture from inside the flower, deep inside there, being sweated out because the moisture is basically redistributing itself inside a sealed container. So the air, the water from the middle of the flower is pulled out to the outside of the flower, and that slows the drying process down. And that's basically what curing is. It's just slowing that process down and containing it within that jar. And then, we used to call it burping the jar. Every day you open up that jar, you replenish the air a little bit, let that spent sort of wet air out, put fresh new air in there, and the process just continues until you've sweated it to a level that you'd like, which could take a couple of weeks, could take a month, but ultimately you just keep those jars in a cool, dark place. The most important thing to remember throughout this process is that light and heat are the enemies of these essential oils and all of the terpenoids and flavonoids. Some are very volatile, some are gone, and dissipate at 75, 80 degrees. That's why we can smell that loud, is because of those terpenes dissipating into the air. So the more you can contain that, the cooler and darker the area is, the better, up until freezing, obviously. But that's the process for me. Once it's fully cured, it's ready to consume, and it'll last like that for many, many months in a cool, dark place. Not the fridge or the freezer, but just a cool cupboard that stays dark.
Light and heat is the enemy. I like that saying. That you're absolutely right there. I used to store just in room temperature, that room that would get up to 75, 80 degrees, and the bud would brown very quickly. Within the matter of just a couple months, it would be browning, versus proper storage conditions, it stays green for a lot longer. This clip is brought to you by VivoSun. Use discount code MrGrow15 to save on any of their gardening products. Go to the full episode by clicking the outro card here, or click the link in the description section below. Catch you in the next video.